Today I'm going to be playing a grand campaign as Andalusia in EU4. Our ultimate goal for this grand campaign is to form the Caliphate. In this grand campaign, we started off as the super tiny and weak nation of Granada over in Iberia, and this is everything we've expanded to, ladies and gentlemen. As you can see, the Ottomans blew up last time. We've diplo-vassalized a bunch of nations and reconquered their cores. We have almost every province that we need to restore the Caliphate, except for 3. So in this final episode of this grand campaign, it's time for us to give our final push, crush the Ottomans, crush Persia, clean up various minor nations around us before doing the final war against the big boss of this campaign, Italy, that was formed by Venice, which is currently my ally. So, without further ado, let's jump into the final episode of this grand campaign as Andalusia. This is episode 4. If you haven't checked out episodes 1, 2, and 3 already, go ahead and do so. They will be linked in the description and in the pinned comment. Hey everyone, before this video begins, I just want to let you guys know that right now we are live on the Parabellum YouTube and Twitch channels with the finale of our first Crusader Kings 3 show, Kingmaker. Me, Lath, and Mitch have worked very hard on this show, boys. All the competitors have been amazing, so if you haven't checked it out so far, now is your chance to hop right into the finale and not miss this amazing show that we've put on for you guys. And of course, if you go over there and we're not live, well, that means a couple of days have passed or something like that, so why not check out the VOD, the live stream, or any videos we might have made about it. Thank you. Let's move on with the video. Alright, here we are back as Andalusia, ladies and gentlemen, for the final time, and if I do say so myself, our nation is looking simply lovely. This is what we're looking like, man. We got Leon as a vassal over here. They are colonizing some stuff down here, even though we said no colonization this campaign. We have this giant Italy that was formed by AI Venice without my intervention. Ottomans blew up after I forced them to have 4 different disasters last time. And we have Trebizond, Circassia, Gazikumuk, Armenia, Ardabil, Khorasan, and Baluchistan as our vassals. And as you can see, there's not a lot of conquering left to do. For the Unify Islam decision, we just need the province of Thara, which is owned by Gujarat, right over there. Then we also need Constantinople, which we're going to get last. It is owned by Italy. And then we need Samarkand, which is owned by Transoxiana. But of course, before all of that, we have a couple of guys left to go through. On the Great Powers list, we are number 1 if we had manufactories embraced. As you can see, 3,000 development, only Britain and France above us. This is what the economy is looking like, pretty good. Not a lot from trade. Let's try and fix that this time, and this is what our ideas are looking like as well. So yeah, boys, I think the first order of business in this final episode should be to build up the armies even more. Currently, it's 34, so yeah, they are 34, 434. That's good, which means we do need to build up a couple of more stacks so we're more competitive when fighting big guys, you know, like Italy and Lithuania, who's actually guaranteeing the Ottomans right now. They were our former ally as well. So I'm just going to take out a couple of regular loans right here just so I can put down some armies. There we go. We got 3 guys right here. Let's create one in Tunis. Let's create one in Cordoba. And yeah, I think 2 more is enough. I think 2 more is enough for now. All right. But yeah, now that the armies are being built, we're going to be looking good, man. Persia is the next nation that's on our chopping block right here. We're going to go ahead and hit them hard. Oh, let me examine absolutism. So it's 65 out of 65. Pretty decent, actually, for what we're trying to do. We're not trying to full annex the Wu here or anything like that. So yeah, hit Persia, recover some Khorasan cores, and maybe I can get connected to Baluchistan and Khorasan. Then after that, maybe Afghanistan, maybe Delhi, maybe the Ottomans, we'll see. Yeah. And boys, I can never get it right according to you guys, man. When I play these grand campaigns and I conquer only regions, you guys say don't conquer only regions. When I don't conquer regions fully, you're like, why don't you conquer the region fully? I can never win. So how about you guys just sit back and relax and let me handle the gameplay. Grab some popcorn, boys. It's about to be fun. Obviously, it's going to get tougher and tougher to annex vassals, too, because we have been annexing quite a bit of them. And as we can see, Armenia, man, even though we've fed them so much land, they still dislike me pretty strongly. So, especially, you know, the guys that are different religion to me. But, yeah, I am planning on annexing all of the subjects. Let's see. Ardabil? Can we do them? Ooh, they're expensive as frick, man. You know, since it is the final episode right here, might as well start our golden era, right? It might run out before we get to fight Italy, though. Yeah, I'm gonna launch the Golden Era when we're fighting the Ottomans or something like that, even though they're super weak as well, but yeah. Alrighty, boys, armies are in position. It's time for the first war of the final episode of this grand campaign. No, it's not. Apparently, I still have a 5-year truce with Persia? You're kidding me. What the hell did I move the armies for then? Who can I fight? I guess we could fight Delhi, but then we have to have provinces here. That would be kind of annoying, wouldn't it? Maybe Afghanistan, feed it to Khorasan? Yeah, let's try. Hopefully we'll get access somehow, because I don't know how to go there. But yeah, let's start annexing Ardabil. There we go. They're pretty large. And declare war on Afghanistan. Khorasan has a claim, and you know, we'll clean up 3 provinces. Not that we need them, but why not? Oh wait, what the hell? What the heli? What the helion? Sharjah popped out. Let's declare on them. Like that, I'm connected to Baluchistan, and I will be to Khorasan. I think what we do here, boys, is in 1 year-ish, declare on the Ottomans, call in Italy, because they will come in. That will also, you know, help me fight Lithuania faster, and also break the alliance between Lithuania and Italy, which might make it easier to fight Italy later if they don't re-ally each other. You know, we could go for this little Greece right here too. Tiny Bulgaria, tiny Serbia. We don't need the Balkans, but I mean, shoot, we could take all of this from Italy later on if we want. And I did kind of plan on making Constantinople the end node once I conquer all of this. Yeah, let's wrap this up and I'll see. Maybe we'll push in the Balkans. Why not? You know, I know this is like extremely expensive, but I am gonna pick it up, and we are gonna go for our 6th idea group right here. I think at the end of last episode, I said we should go for a money-making one, and if I'm not trade companying things, which I'm not, it's more roleplay type stuff, you know, it does make sense to go trade here. Like that will have 6 merchants. One can remain collecting in Sevilla right here, which is pretty rich, and then the other 5 can route stuff from Alexandria, Aleppo, Basra, Persia, and Hormuz over to Constantinople, which I'm gonna make my end node. I don't know about moving the capital, but I'm definitely gonna move the main end node to Constantinople. So yeah, let's pick up trade right here, boys. And I'm actually gonna focus up on dip right here. And you know, we really should be running higher level advisors, man. Either way, this Sharjah guy is done. Have we played them in releasables? I wonder. The Ottomans still have most of their cores, man. Look how big they were, boys. Look how big they were. They were actually even bigger than this. They owned more provinces in Arabia down here. They were actually fully in India over here, where Multan usually is at the start. More up here. Obviously, they had cores in the Balkans. Yeah, and they had like the entire Aeolate of Egypt. I mean, if you don't know what I'm talking about, why haven't you watched the previous episodes, man? And there's a peace sound on Afghanistan. There we go, like 3 provinces for Khorasan. Okay, I think I'm definitely gonna go with the Balkan strat right here, man, except Italy has had it. Oh, they're actually fighting Tyrol, not Serbia, but they still might take stuff from Serbia. We should definitely take care of the Ottoman thing first, though. So yeah, let's get in position for that. Let's put 1 army right there, grab these guys, take them over here. These guys can go down here, these guys can go there. And I'm actually gonna leave these guys here because there's like 4 Ottoman provinces here. Right, always forgetting about pesky Adal, man. I gotta go through here, I don't have the navy to cross. Oh, look, here's the trick of not getting Lithuania in. So they're currently helping out Italy in their Tyrol thing. If I do this, which Italy will accept, like that, Lithuania and Styria don't come in. Excellent, dude. Let's do a reconquest for like Erzurum or something like that, even though we're gonna take way more. Let's get it, boys. We could also take Thada from Gujarat here in this war. Just like give it to Baluchistan or something. Okay, don't want to do that. Let's see. We might do it. Okay, so there's a separate piece on Gujarat for the province of Thada, which I'm giving to Baluchistan. So, there we go. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we just need Samarkand and Constantinople. Obviously, we're going to be doing other stuff in the meantime, don't you worry. But yeah, let's just white piece Bashkiria here. Or actually, no need, man. Yeah, no need. Let's just peace out the Ottomans as soon as these guys are back. My capital is just so far from everything we're doing. It takes so long for diplomats to do things. Okay, but let's go ahead and peace out. I'm going to give these 2 provinces to Khorasan since they are in the region of Khorasan. So why not take them? Then I'm going to take this for myself. And then we're going to take as much as we can over here. So first, let's get rid of the Ottoman coastline. Wonderful. So now they'll have provinces in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different areas. How lovely. And then let's just, oh, almost forgot. These are Armenian cores. So we are going to give those back to Armenia. And then I'm going to do whatever I can up to 100. Yeah, there we go. Up to 100 overextension. So that's our peace deal with the Ottomans for now. Done. Obviously, we're going to fight them later. I do definitely want to own this right here. But for now, we're looking good. Sure, we lost 1 trillion Diplo points, but it's no big deal. Okay, let's reconsolidate, and then I think I'm gonna go in on Greece, man. Go in on Greece, co-belligerent Serbia. Yeah, and then separate peace, maybe full annex Serbia, or maybe just take provinces in the Balkans, and then peace out Greece as well. Sure. These guys, they're actually still allied, so that maybe was a slightly wrong time to declare, but they do still guarantee the Ottomans, so we could still, you know, call in Italy and fight Lithuania. Oh, what the hell? They can... They can actually do that even though they're a subject. That's insane. This isn't a real nation forming. I played Armenia in Releasables a couple of days ago, boys. Check it out if you haven't already, man. It's like it's like 3 videos before this. If this video comes out on Sunday, that's the one from Monday. So watch Great Armenia. I did this. It's not a real forming of nations, but they do gain slightly better national ideas. For example, if it's plus 10% trade efficiency, they get plus 15%, right? So it's not a real nation formation. Flag is same, name is still same-ish, and you can just go back to being called Armenia anyway, but this is nice. This is nice. I did not know they could do that as a vassal. Very cool. Okay. What do they do? This is gonna be quick. I keep forgetting about these guys, man. It's like... I guess I can fight them later, like take this. Someone also suggested that we vassalize these guys and divert trade so they'll route all of the colony stuff to me, but it's like, Or maybe we like trade company Persia and Khorasan, which would be like Persia, Hormuz, and Lahore, Samarkand, and stuff like that. I don't know. And we keep like the core here, since, you know, all the caliphates were like Arab and stuff like that. And, you know, I mean, I know there isn't like an Arab culture group or whatever, but you could consider in real life, obviously, without the Turkish, all of these guys and then these guys here, and, you know, but you wouldn't call, you know, they're Persian. Yeah, if we're doing some roleplay stuff. We could get a couple of more merchants like that. Maximize trade power too. Oh, we actually got town halls. Damn. All right, I think, you know, this war Italy called me in is pretty stupid, but it's just happening though. So let's go ahead and declare on Greece. We're gonna co-belligerent Serbia and call in Italy. And I plan to take almost everything here. Oh, so Italy peaced out and actually gave me 2 provinces here, Madrid and whatever. So let's core them up. But in other news, I've also unstated a bunch of stuff right here, man. And I've added everything that's in the Basra, Persia, Hormuz, and Gulf of Aden trade nodes that we own. 2 trade companies, received a bunch of other merchant as well. With all of these guys, we're already routing to Constantinople. The only problem is we control so little of Constantinople that we're basically giving all of this money to Italy, which they moved to Ragusa and then they moved to Genoa. But, you know, it's no big deal. We'll get that sorted pretty soon once we get a hold of Constantinople and Ragusa. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and separate piece Serbia right here. We should be able to take all of this. Yes, we can. There we go. I don't need that stuff. That's not in the Balkans. So let's go ahead and take that. And obviously, we're going to peace out Greece and full annex them just like that. All right. That's a pretty solid foothold in the Balkans, even though we don't really need to expand there. This is mainly for trade stuff, boys. But with owning Macedonia and Durrës right here and Belgrade, we can gain a slightly bigger hold of Ragusa, which in turn will give us a slightly bigger hold over Constantinople. And later when we fight Italy, like, we'll take all the other stuff too and stuff like that, so it'll be nice. But now let's get ready for some suffering because, well, I've made calculations, but apparently I'm bad at math. Oh, I've been coalition. No way. Oh, this is not good. Damn. I did not know it was like this. Frick. Okay, so obviously a coalition isn't really a problem, boys, but it will slow down our conquest. In Persia, the next nation I actually wanted to fight, has entered that coalition. If France and Lithuania enter, obviously it'll be super annoying, but yeah, even if they declare we can do it, it's just I'm a little bit stuck for now. Okay, let's chill, I guess, then work on the economy. The problem, the reason this happened actually is because Italy gave me these 2 provinces, man. Look, Madrid is 31 dev and this one's 15. Yeah, I didn't, yeah, we got claims on this, of course. I should have transferred occupation to them. Oh well, it is what it is. Yep, France and Portugal have entered as well. Oh well. Let's ally the Emperor of, oh wait. Well, I was gonna make a big speech and stuff, but no, Manchu is the Emperor of China. Let's ally Wu then. They're looking really good. There we go. Wu should be enough to deter these guys from attacking. Ooh, okay. I'm below 100. So I've been spending a little time, you know, doing a little construction, doing some trade company stuff, building up some fleets to protect trade. I just wrapped up trade ideas. We just picked up goods produced. There's trade efficiency. There's more trade efficiency. Then we're also gonna take, let's just take all of these, man. I'm gonna take the idea stuff, and I'm gonna take the income from vassals for now, and let's go trade efficiency. And manpower recovery speed, actually. Yeah, there we go. Economy looking a little bit better, at least on the trade side, but still, we have super weak control over certain trade nodes, man. You know, this Italy with Venetian stuff and Venetian ideas already taken, they're an absolute trade behemoth. So if we really wanted to trade max this campaign, I should have planned to go for Genoa and Venice early, but how the frick was I supposed to know Venice is going to be this massive and then form Italy? But yeah, for now, that's where we're at, man. We need to state up some more things, upgrade some more centers of trade, build some more buildings. Coalition is still there. Well, there's Ordobil annexed. Oh, what's this? Italian-Styrian Imperialist War. I guess I'll accept. Hey, the coalition has disbanded. Nice. It's only Persia. Perfect. And there it is. Persia is out too. Awesome, man. So let's... Do we wait for this to wrap up? No, not really, because Persia is so weak. Okay. Let's put an army over here. Let's put another one over there. Let's put another one over there, and we'll declare. Okay, I'm gonna declare on Persia. We're gonna do a reconquest for some of Khorasan's cores right here. It really doesn't matter which one. Let's do that one, and then we'll also get this one province from the Timurids because it's in the region of Khorasan, so why not? There's that one Timurid province. And now that our diplomat is back, we can peace out Persia as well. Let's do the test right here. So for this province, it's 0.23. And then if we do it from here, 0.22. Okay, so let's sort by this. Even though it never works out, you guys always tell me, oh, sort by giver. It doesn't work, boys. It literally doesn't work. You can see it right there. So let's just select all of the Khorasani provinces from right here, man. There's another one. I think that's all of them. That is all of them. And then I'm gonna take, well, everything else that I can, which is gonna be not everything. Damn. Okay. Almost everything. I'd rather leave them alive in the middle of me. So I'm gonna take Sari and Golistan right there. And then let's do this. There we go. Okay. So that's a war with Persia done. Pretty solid war, if I do say so myself. And then we're free to annex Khorasan and Baluchistan now. And after that, or actually even before that, man, we can go in on Transoxiana, on Delhi if we want. And the provinces that we need to unify Islam. Only Samarkand and Constantinople left. Although I do want to own everything directly, so I am, as you can see, constantly annexing subjects. But yeah, that's pretty good, man. Obviously losing lots of diplo points because no claims and stuff like that. But who cares? You know, who cares? So yeah, aggressive expansion, not bad at all. Maybe now is the time to, like, take these two provinces from Portugal or do something with Castile. I bet you they're extremely devved. Yeah, these are super devved. Okay, not these Castilian ones, but yeah, these are like crazy dev. We'll see what we do though. Okay, Leon has been annexed, which means we did inherit some lame-ass boats from them that I want to delete. And dumbass army over there just like that. But more importantly, what else did we get from them? So we got stuff down here, which I don't want to own. Anything in the Pacific? I don't think so, not as far as I can see. And then of course we got the Leonese Brazil colony down here. How can I let these guys go? Leonese Brazil, grant independence, release one of your colonial subjects. There we go. So we've released them now, they're independent. Good riddance, my boys. Hey, at least they put Sunni on the map in the New World. And who do I give this to? I can't release anyone down here. And I really don't want to own it. Can I sell it to, like, Congo or something? Sell province. This one for, like, 0 ducats. They don't want it. Listen, I know it's good to have. I know they'll give me a merchant and stuff like that, but it's not the point, boys. Even though Andalusia is kind of supposed to colonize, we're not doing that this campaign. Right, I hope Leonese Brazil can survive. Let's send them one final gift right here. There we go. You'll remember me as a nice guy, as a good caliph. This is like the first non-Muhammad we've had this entire campaign, and it's strange. They've all been Muhammads. But yeah, Leon annexed, currently annexing Trebizond and Armenia. You know, if we want to make Italy and Lithuania break their alliance and then fight Italy without having to fight Lithuania because they're both allied, I guess our second to last war should be the Ottomans, right? Yeah, that's how I'm seeing it. Okay, so aside from that, who else do we need to fight? We still gotta fight Persia here, about massive truce, obviously. Transoxiana, yeah, we can take like, yeah, these two provinces or something, or maybe this entire bit. We could go in on Gujarat, maybe grab a few more provinces, but yeah, there's no need. There's no need. It's not like, you know, getting Thada or Samarkand is gonna produce some massive border war, right? Our biggest border war is actually in Iberia. But yeah, Transoxiana, they're allied to Sibir, who's tiny and weak, and then this massive Jaunpur, but Wu is actually willing to help out in that. And what about Delhi? Wu is willing to help in that as well. Do we go in on Delhi right here and just give all of this to Khorasan? But then it would be a pain in the ass to, you know, to, to annex them. Do I annex Khorasan and Baluchistan first and then fight these guys? Alright, so that worked. I just made Italy reduce opinion of Portugal, and now they won't help them. I guess we could fight them. You know, I'd rather fight them and actually lose provinces to them, but I guess we could fight them and take, like, these two. You know, just get them out of Iberia or whatever. Sure, let's do that. I mean, it's a thing to do. I think I'm colonizing something because I just got a population event. What the hell is Senku? Okay, to take these two provinces, it's 17% war score. Not bad. But yeah, well, while we're still in the, you know, the first portion of this video, man, I just want to thank you boys once again for the support you've shown for this series specifically and the entire, you know, grand campaign series that we've got going on. Talking specifically about Andalusia as well and the other ones and stuff like that. If you're enjoying this video or if you enjoyed it, leave a like, man. It really does help out a lot. And if you're looking forward to the next grand campaigns and A to Z's and releasables and lots more coming very soon, so keep an eye out, you know what I'm saying? Make sure to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Next grand campaign after this is gonna be Jianzhou to Manchu to later Jin to Qing, Emperor of China grand campaign. And then after that, I don't know. I guess we're going back to Europe maybe. Or I still got to do that Aztec one where we own all of North and South America. Trebizond annexed. What the hell is an Armenian boat doing in Indonesia, bruh? Oh my god, it's like that. It's like that polar bear meme. Well, there we go. They're willing to accept. Nice. Now they're out of Iberia. They still got trade power here. Where the frick did their... they got these islands that are still in the Sevilla trade node, man. Where did their capital move to? Let's see. Let's hope it's not here. It has to be here. It's in Madeira. Of course it is. I'm kind of stupid. I should probably take in the Azores and Madeira too, but frick it. I actually want to ditch these provinces, man. So there we go. Trebizond is free once again. All right, boys. It's getting pretty late, and this is actually the third video I'm recording today. I need to, you know, I'm catching up a little bit. I've been behind, so I think I'm going to continue this in the morning fresh. Good morning, good morning, good morning. That's a whitest black guy ever walking into a coffee shop meme, if you guys don't know it. But yeah, for you boys, it's been a couple of seconds. For me, it's been about 15 hours. Where did we left off last night? That's right. I fought Portugal, took these two provinces. I said I was stupid because I didn't take these two. Now I remember. Okay, where do we go after this, man? Not a lot of nations left to fight. I'm annexing Humst right now. Armenia. We should probably get on Khorasan. There we go. I'll start doing them as well. And then maybe fight the Ottomans here. Or no, I said I wanted to do that as my second to last war. Since after that we want to do Italy, right? But, honestly, you know, we could fight the Ottomans now. Lithuania, Adal, Gujarat, Italy. Yeah, sure. Okay, I'm gonna get set up to fight the Ottomans, man. Let's go ahead and take this right here. Is that everything they own? I don't think it is, right? Yeah, they got these two provinces in Moldavia, one over here in the steppes, two more over here. Yeah. Wait. Oh. Well, I mean, armies are in position, man. You know, it's, I think it's time we get a move on. So let's declare on the Ottomans. I can't believe I still don't have imperialism. It absolutely sucks, but whatever. We can declare for some claims that Armenia has right here. Let's drag in Italy. Yeah, let's just go for it, boys. I can do a mission now. What mission is that? End the Kingdom of Portugal. Because we cored them up. Okay, colonial range and global settler increase. Well, we don't care about that. We could have done this if we kept the guy, but we don't need to. Continue exploration. A conquistador, thank you. And yeah, all of these ones down here are colonization ones. Okay, we can make Gujarat end the alliance with Delhi if we do end up fighting these guys. Okay, so I'm gonna peace out Lithuania here, and I'm gonna take these 3 provinces, you know, because we're kind of conquering the Balkans and we want control over Ragusa. Ideally, we would have taken, oh, come on, where's the regions map mode, man? There it is. Ideally, we would have taken these 3 as well, but there's no way for us to actually take them unless we go over, so whatever. I'm gonna peace out Lithuania for this. Let's actually make them end the alliance with Castile, too. We might fight what's left of Castile right here. So, there we go. Yeah, very nice. That does mean that we're pretty much done with the Ottomans, though. As soon as we take these provinces right here, the rest we don't care about. They can stay alive. It's whatever. And just like that, we don't have all of Anatolia. We're missing some islands right here that Italy owns, but it's whatever, man. Done fighting the Ottomans. Nice. Ooh, but now, by making Lithuania end that alliance with Castile, these guys are actually allieless, and Italy wouldn't help them because they don't like them. Man, they've been holding that grudge since they were Venice, since the start of the game. I guess we could go in on Castile right here. Are they going to be as annoying as Portugal? Let's see. They have about this, actually slightly less colonies, but yeah, like I pointed out, I think a couple of minutes ago for you guys, their provinces are super high dev. We can probably get away with, taking these right here, but these are just too much. So yeah, let's just go for what was this called, Galicia, even though maybe this would be better since Burgos is a level 3 center of trade. But frick it, let's just get set up. I'm gonna drag another army over and we'll fight them. By the way, I am constantly building up the monuments, man, you know, building them up and upgrading them and stuff like that. It's you know, we got so many of them, man. We actually got so many of them. I can't even be bothered to show them all one by one, but there we go. El Escorial tier 3, Belém Tower tier 3, Alhambra at tier 3, Ait Benadu 3, actually Cairo 1 we haven't built up, and neither have we done Malta. Okay, so those are ones I guess we need to do. Then we got Pyramid of Cheops 3, Al Azhar 2, Kaaba 3, Sana 1, Nizwa Fort, actually it's getting built right now, let's hurry that up, it's at 2 right now. Then we got Petra, which I don't think we can do. Jerusalem, Citadel of Aleppo, Mausoleum of Halicarnassus, the Hospital and Mosque, Spiral Minaret, Imam. We can't do this one. Yeah, so many, man. So many. Also, final Gov reform time? I'm not sure. Let's see. No, second to last. We could go with, more CCR? What's our CCR at right now? We're not really even conquering that much, are we? The game is so laggy because they just booted it up, man. Minus, yeah, 40%, let's be real right there. And what's the other things right there? Kingdom for the People, Divine Right. We don't need these two. CCR or minimum autonomy in territories. We don't got territories. Do we need GovCap? We don't need GovCap. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna go with this one right here. Regional representation. By the way, Italy called me into whatever. But doesn't matter. Our armies with Castile here are in position. Let's declare for Segovia, I guess. We got a claim on that. I'm probably not gonna take that one, though. Okay, let's go. Let's analyze it now. So to take this... it's actually not as bad as I thought it'd be. Interesting. What if we take all of it? We should be able to. This is kind of tricky, but we don't need to fight the Ottomans again. We don't need to fight Castile again. We don't need to fight France ever. Persia we do need to fight. Persia we do need to fight. Serbia and Portugal we don't. So we just gotta time it and declare on Persia October 1701, even if I get coalitioned. Okay, I think I actually am gonna take everything from Castile right here. We don't need everything, but that center of trade in Burgos would be really nice, man. It'll increase our control over Sevilla, which we are still gonna collect in, even after I move the main node to Constantinople. I guess it doesn't matter too much, since we're already collecting in both. If I had a bigger control of this, man, everything we're routing there would go to me instead of to Ragusa and then to Genoa, because look what I'm kinda doing to Genoa, but no big deal. And look how many more great projects we can upgrade, man. We can do the Bam Citadel, the Holy City of Kairouan, the Narikala Fortress, City of Sana'a, Citadel of Aleppo. We're doing all of them. Oh, we finally unlocked the Counting House. Our money's about to go way up, boys. You know what? Yeah, let's even take out new burger loans right here, man. There we go, indebted to the burgers. 17,000 ducats in the bank, and I'm gonna bump that up even more, up to like 30 right here. We can do the Suez Canal, no real need. What I really want to do is this. Okay, so it's very simple, boys. We'll just sort by trade good and spam away. Oh, incest is still 3 ducats. Nice, nice, nice. As you saw before we took out loans, our income was like 311 before we even got this amount of interest, right? 311. Let's see. Actually, 256. I'll consider that. 256. What will it go up to? What will it go up to? Damn, I didn't even build that much. We still got the cloth ones, right? Yeah, let's take out some more loans, man. I love cloth. Now, can I actually take this? I don't think we can get that much war score. Well, the Enlightenment just spawned, which means the Age of Revolutions is coming around in about 10 years. All right, so we've pretty much occupied everything. I got 43% war score. I can get 17 more, which will put us at 60. Yeah, they should be willing to accept that. Okay, we just gotta wait here, boys. Well, I paid off like 3 or 4 loans, and the construction is done. Now we're up to 353. By getting rid of the interest, we'll be making like 420 ducats. Nice. Okay, well, I thought I'd end the Castile War before we got to Persia, but apparently not, so let's declare on them as well. That's our last war with Persia. Okay, Castile is actually willing to accept this, so I am gonna go ahead and peace out. There we go. Nice, we've kicked them out of Iberia. Let's get rid of these forts for our border with France right here. And yeah, now we got major control. Yeah, it was at like 70 something. Now it's 84. Perfect. Hey, we've annexed Great Armenia. Excellent. We can do another mission now, which is which one? The Heartland, because we've they owned those provinces directly. 300 admin points, minus 20% CCR for 20 years. And further claims on stuff we already have. Dope. Okay, I'm gonna piece out the Timurids for this province just because it's in the state of Transoxiana, and to make the border look slightly nicer when we take Samarkand and Karshi, obviously. Or I might even take this as well, you know, depending. But yeah, there's a piece out on the Timurids. We'll give it to Khorasan for now. We're annexing them, of course, very close to full annexing them. It got down to, that's a pretty tough province in that case. Yeah, 32. Okay, no big deal. But yeah, there's a piece out on Persia as well. And with that, we're done. And we have another very nice center of trade over in the Persia trade node. Perfect. Okay, so now what do we have left to do? We need to annex Khorasan, annex Baluchistan, annex Circassia, annex Gazikumuk, fight Transoxiana, and fight Italy, and maybe fight Delhi or something like that, if we have nothing else to do in the meantime. Hey, Khorasan's been annexed. Very cool. Oh, wow, they actually didn't even finish coring that. Okay, I'll core it up, I guess, but let's add everything else here to other trade nodes. I guess Lahore maybe 2, Samarkand 2, sure. Oh, we've just gotten another merchant. Is that real? Let's see. I need to examine these guys again. So we actually don't have anyone in Sevilla, but we got Safi and Tunis routing to there. And then Guy collecting in Constantinople, which is true. Alexandria, Aleppo, Basra, Gulf, Hormuz, Persia. What are we around here? Crimea. Crimea is actually, it's not that poor, but yeah, these guys are already going out. I think we're gonna do Crimea directly to Constantinople for now. Okay, we can start annexing Baluchistan. I sent them a gift and influenced them, and it'll be pretty tough to annex these final guys because, you know, all the modifiers of annexing subjects are stacking on them, and I guess I haven't been improving with these 2 guys at all, but yeah, well, we'll get them annexed too. So it's just them and Baluchistan left. Now let's see, do we need to fight Delhi here? They're allied to Kazakh and Khiva. They're not that big. Do they got, I guess, the center of trade in Kabul and in Ro. They would be nice. Maybe we can get another merchant if we control Lahore. Or do we get into it with Transoxiana immediately? They're allied to Sibir and Jaunpur. Wasn't Wu willing to help me out here? Yeah, they are. I guess that could be done. Yeah, I guess that could be done. And then it's just Italy for Constantinople. I'll probably take like all of this just so I can get connected. Yeah, okay. We still got time though. Finally, admin 23, which means we got imperialism. Yes, we did. In fact, we still have nationalism. Nationalism is actually better than imperialism, but what I was mainly waiting for Diplotech 23 for was to create a client state, which I can't do because we're fighting someone that Italy's fighting. Yeah, I can't be bothered with this, honestly. I'm not fighting Delhi, Jaunpur, Kazakh, and Gujarat. What about Transoxiana? Okay, Transoxiana is better. Wu doesn't want to help right now because they're fighting Japan? Okay, well, let's wait for Wu to finish that, and we'll go in on Transoxiana, take the second to last province that we need. Okay, now let's deal with these provinces that we don't want by creating a client state, which you can't do overseas, and I'm still at war. Oh my god. What do we do with these stupid provinces? They're pissing me off, you know, in the back of my mind. Well, I'm annexing Circassia and Gazikumuk now, and Baluchistan has just been annexed. Good thing I started doing those two guys before this guy finished, or else the opinion would have dropped again. We can now found an Indian trade company, another merchant. How lovely. So last guy we put in Crimea. I guess we want to put a guy in Lahore or Samarkand, or shoot, even Gujarat now, man. Gujarat is the wealthiest one, so let's transfer from there to Hormuz. Very nice. We'll add everything to a trade company that wasn't in a trade company. Very cool. And now I built forts. And nice. Circassia annexed as well. Now, did I just get a contain hegemon on Italy? What did they become? They're an economic one. That's why we can still be allied. I don't think mill ones can be allied, but okay, Italy, economic hegemon. Is this the first grand campaign where we're not gonna become a hegemon? Probably. Okay. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, the Age of Absolutism comes to a close and the Age of Revolution starts. Yes, I did, in fact, forget to start my golden era. Can I do it now? No, I'm only emperor. I don't have a parliament. I don't have a powerful subject. I don't have a lot of discipline. I don't have a large capital. I don't have a 3-star general. And I don't control not one starting institution. Okay, what can we do? We can do the general and the discipline. We're at 118. Of absolutism. Do we have a guy? We do have a guy. Okay, we can't get the 125. Okay, frick a golden era too then. Damn. Well, Wu literally just pieced out Manchu, and they have finally become the emperor of China. So many nations having great games, man. Shout out to Wu. France, Italy, and Lithuania especially. Those 4 guys are freaking banging. Cuba is not doing bad either. Britain is having a decent colonial run, although none of the European guys, aside from France and Portugal here, have made any impact in Asia. It's mostly been the New World, but yeah. Alright, well, armies are in position for us to declare on Transoxiana, ladies and gentlemen. They are still only allied to Jaunpur and Sibir right here. I don't think this is going to be too annoying because we really only want, like, these 2 provinces from them. I know Samarkand is their capital, but whatever. Let's go in with imperialism. Wu is not willing to join because they're in debt, but like I said, no big deal. Let's go. Gazikumuk annexed during the war. Okay, Transoxiana is willing to accept this, and there's the province of Samarkand, which means, ladies and gentlemen, we only need Constantinople to unify Islam. Okay, but now that we've done this, man, let's assess the situation with Italy because it is time for our last war. So, Italy, only allied to me. I don't think anyone else will ally them because they're a hegemon, right? Or, I don't know, maybe it doesn't make sense like that, but let's hope they don't ally Lithuania, because that would be too annoying. Obviously, they won't do France or Britain or someone like that. So, 354,000 troops, really not that bad. They don't outnumber me, and I can build my army up bigger as well. What haven't I built? Trade company investment. Where's the force limit one? Is there a... Yeah, there is a force limit one. The officer's mess. I might put some of those down so we can build up like 2 or 3 more stacks. But yeah, really, man, nothing else to do right here. There's just a dissolve alliance with Italy. Okay, 5-year truce. During those 5 years, we will prepare. So let's start preparing. Just embraced the Enlightenment, moving the armies around, getting ready to build new armies, and putting down manpower and army-sized buildings. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's August 2nd, 1719. Our truce with Italy has expired. I've put down a couple of more stacks, and as you can see, we got 1 stack right here ready to defend Iberia in case the Italians come in from this side. We got 1 stack in Sicily ready to invade from the south. We got about 4 stacks over here in the Balkans ready to siege all of this. 2 defensive stacks standing in Anatolia in case someone crosses. So yeah, it's like that. Pretty simple. Army size is 672. Theirs is... yeah, about 360 right there. So, I don't know. There we go. That's all I have to say about that, ladies and gentlemen. It is time for our final war in this grand campaign as Andalusia in EU4. Before we get started with this, let me just say, boys, once again, thank you for the support for this entire campaign and for this series in general. If you guys are liking what you're seeing, leave a like right now, and if you haven't subscribed just yet, make sure to smash that mother freaking subscribe button like they used to say 10 years ago on YouTube, so you stay up to date with any future videos and with our next grand campaign as well. But enough yapping and plugging my own stuff, let's go ahead and declare on Italy for the conquest of Constantinople, not imperialism, because look at their forts. And yeah, France is defender of the faith, but luckily they hate each other. So without further ado, there's our final war. Started. They've started pouring in hard into the Balkans. I wasn't able to cross right here because, well, inferior navy be like. But yeah, as soon as we nab Gallipoli right here, I'll be able to cross with these two other stacks and help my boys out. I think it's a lot more fun to do it like this, boys. I know, you know, some of you might be thinking, Hawk, why don't you just, you know, build up even bigger armies? Why didn't you just station them all in the Balkans? Why didn't you just build up a bigger navy? But I like to, you know, it's more fun for me to do it like this, like with a slight struggle. You know, obviously we can still win. I'm the human player playing versus the AI. But if you try to, you know, at least slightly balance yourself out with the AI, even if you could be way stronger, I think it's way more fun. Like, you know, imagining, okay, whoa, these guys are trapped here in southern Greece. You know, we got the Italian stacks encroaching. Are these guys gonna siege down Gallipoli in time? Can we reinforce? Or are these guys doomed? You know, stuff like that. It's fun to imagine. So if you want to, you know, a little change of playstyle, I do recommend going with something like that, you know. And then, you know, you do all the stuff that I just said to try and make the wars versus the AI funnier, not funnier, funner. And then they go ahead and land 100k on an island. A third of their army, actually, more than a third, they just land on Sassari. You know what, man? Let's make it painful for them. I'm gonna activate defensive right there. You know, not that it's gonna do too much, but I don't know. What do we have any defensive style forts? You know, global. I know there's some forts. They just keep landing him, you know? I don't know if I said it, but the Ottomans went revolutionary, but now they're back to non-revolutionary. So, they're trying a different tactic. On the other side. Okay, now they're back to revolutionary, and they have new _ supreme _ vizier. What is that? Supreme vizier, new supreme vizier. Okay, this is where the Ottomans, well, revolutionary Turkey exists now. They still have all of their cores. That's amazing. And they're a tributary of Kazan. How the mighty have fallen, bruh. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I think we've battled these fools enough, man, because, you know, I'm actually pretty satisfied with taking just this right here. Sure, we could keep going for more or whatever, or if we had used a different CB, but I think it's enough. We're out of manpower, so, you know, we're gonna start having to get merc companies up. I think this is a pretty good place to call it. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, we acquire the final province that we need to unify Islam, Constantinople, and we take a few additional provinces in the Balkans and in Anatolia. And with that, that final war is done. And they've lost eco-hegemon. Haha. No, I'm gonna claim it. Haha. Oh, look, we can even take our final idea group, which is gonna be defensive. And folks, now that all of the provinces that we took from Italy have been cored up, I will officially go ahead and unify Islam, because we do finally, after 4 episodes, have all of the provinces necessary to restore the Caliphate. Thada, Cordoba, Constantinople, Baghdad, Mecca, Medina, Messina, Palermo, Dagestan, Damascus, Samarkand, Ifni, Aden, and Muscat. And with that, our country name will change to the Caliphate. We enact the Tier 1 Caliphate government reform, and we gain some very nice religious things. And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, our one goal for this grand campaign has been accomplished. But yeah, there's the Caliphate, Tier 1 Gov reform, man, a missionary strength, tolerance to the true faith, year legitimacy, war school cost versus other religions, Gov cap, and of course our ideas or missions or anything like that doesn't change, but we do gain these bonuses right here that we can use for you know, various claims around us and development and construction discounts and whatnot. But we are officially done. But yeah, man, as you all know, in the final episode of these grand campaigns, I like to go ahead and show off the timeline. But before the timeline, we're gonna go ahead and show off, you know, the rest of our countries. So if we go into the coalition map mode, this is what we look like proper, man. I would say a pretty nice and sizable caliphate. Obviously, this is the one campaign we actually weren't going for the borders, even though we maybe could have. I decided to make things a little easier on myself. But no subjects, man. These are some of the accepted cultures. I didn't really convert anything. This is the religious map mode. I did have missionaries on all the time, even though this wasn't really a conversion campaign. It was mostly a tolerant one, since we went with humanist and, you know, tolerance is in the Andalusian ideas and in the, you know, Andalusian government reform and stuff like that. This is the states and territories map mode. Everything that is green is states. Everything that is yellow is trade companies. This is what the trade setup looks like. I ended up not moving my main trade node to Constantinople anyway. You know, we could, of course, go ahead and do that for various reasons, but it really doesn't matter at this point. If we collect here or here, they're both pretty nice trade nodes with about the same income from both of them, as you can see. Let's go on the great powers list. Number one on the great powers list, almost 5,000 dev, all institutions embraced, and an economic hegemon after all. Going in the government reforms, you know, this is what it is, man. Not too many unique ones right here. Definitely very different to other campaigns. We did not even get to our final one, as you can see. Running level 3 advisor just because I really didn't need level 5 ones. Over in the diplomacy tab, apparently I guarantee Genoa. No, that's Italy. Yeah, I'm just allied to Wu right here. It was literally a no reason alliance, maybe to deter some coalitions. In the economy department, making almost 1,000 ducats a month, ladies and gentlemen. Most of it actually finally coming in from trade, and we do have a couple of gold mines as well. 57.8% goods produced ahead of time in every single tech. 100 innovativeness. Quality humanist defensive admin quantity trade, and started working on defensive. Did the missions that we needed to do for this campaign. These are all the policies that are active and all of the modifiers from them. Pretty stable, still under gov cap. 140% religious unity. John Porstol, defender of the faith. There we go, defender of the faith. Converting some stuff, even though we're tolerant, of course. In the military department, not too many combat abilities. This is the morale, this is the discipline. Decent generals. In the subjects department, these are only the trade companies, and estates still super happy. Ended up with 100 max absolutism finally. So that is what everything looks like. Let's go ahead and show off the buildings and the development a little bit. So most dev province, Constantinople. After that, it's Segovia, Al-Quds, Sevilla, Cairo. You know, where's our capital, man? There's Cordoba with 30 dev. So that's pretty nice right there. Stock exchanges in the relevant provinces, town halls almost everywhere, some universities here and there, training fields in the, you know, provinces that need them, conscription centers as well, manufactories everywhere, even put down a couple of furnaces. We can do one more. There we go. Counting houses in most of the high value trade good provinces, churches here and there, and that is pretty much what that ended up looking like, and we can even go with that right there. So yeah, great projects, man. Also, a lot of them built up to tier 3. These are obviously the only ones that aren't up to tier 3 or tier 2. But yeah, we definitely utilize them quite heavily in this campaign. But yeah, this is what the rest of the world looks like, man. Rest of the world religious map mode. Rest of the world, you know, culture map mode, I guess, if you guys want to see that. These are the rest of the great powers. And I think, boys, after starting out as the super weak and super difficult tiny nation of Granada, in these provinces right here where Granada starts off, I think this is a very worthy Granada to Andalusia to Caliphate grand campaign. Obviously, we have a Qing, Emperor of China grand campaign coming up next. So, with all that said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining me on this grand campaign. 4 episodes, you know, as always, sometimes 3, sometimes 4, but thank you to everyone that watched this video and the entire grand campaign, and that watches the other videos, other grand campaigns, A to Z's, releasables, and whatnot as well. But for now, I think we just go ahead and roll the timeline, and then I'll say goodbye. And that was the timeline. I hope you all enjoyed that. But yeah, boys, if you enjoyed this video and this grand campaign, make sure to leave a like. If you want to see more videos like this, make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching. That's it for me for now. See you next time.